What's up, gamers? And today we're going to be talking about Miyabi, or the drip marketing for Miyabi. Now, I made a video last week talking about this is absolute dog shit. They're already doing a rerun, and I am glad that that video aged worse than YouTubers thinking it was a good idea to talk to minors, okay? So, on that note, very, very good. We got the drip marketing. Sorry for the scuff, guys. Probably my brain's going to be kind of all over the place. I'm at work right now, but I saw the drip marketing, so I know I had to record the video. Brought my laptop with me and everything like that to go ahead and get this video recorded out. Now let's go ahead and talk about Miyabi, guys, because she finally got drip marketed. I like that she got drip marketed, guys. I like that she's coming to the game. What is she, though, guys? She is going to be an Anomaly ice type character. I have some words about that because I do think ice is a really, really good type for her. I kind of disagree with the Anomaly typing. I'll get into that later in the video, though. But overall, first, I heard that she was going to be getting a redesign, right? Now, is the redesign in effect? I don't know if I can necessarily tell right now because I don't have the internet on my computer right now, but did she really get a redesign? If so, leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what got redesigned, because I mean, she looks kind of the same to me. Maybe the face looks a little bit different. That's about all that I can say to that, though. But yeah, so I mean, that's about the only thing that I can see. Now, let's go ahead and hop into the nitty-gritty here, guys, which is Anomaly. This is the problem that I have with Anomaly, guys. There are already so many Anomaly characters in the game. You can take a look at this chart right here, guys. Obviously, these two move down. And this is one of the two problems that I see with Miyabi right here, which is, first of all, she is an Anomaly DPS, or sub-DPS, maybe. And then number two, guys, what does this mean for the current meta overall, right? Because we are just getting cum stacked, I feel like, with so many types of Anomaly DPS added to the game. Like, there has to be a bowling point or, like, a tension point at some point in, like, knocking some of these Anomaly DPS down and, like, really just, like, knocking everything else a tier below just because of how good Anomaly DPS are. So, first of all, my problem with her being an Anomaly DPS, not even talking about the meta in general, I kind of just want to talk about this class, right? Is she going to be a main DPS Anomaly or a sub-DPS Anomaly? So, if she's a main DPS Anomaly, I think it could be good and bad. If she's a sub-DPS, I think that could be good or bad as well. So let's talk about her being a main DPS first. If Miyabi does turn out to be a main DPS, I think that would make a lot of players happy. I think that would make the majority of players happy because a lot of people love Miyabi. The Miyabi wanners have been sticking around for this, or like just waiting for this for the longest time. I think that a lot of people have literally just stuck with playing this game for the release of Miyabi. And I think if they make her a main DPS, that will make everyone very, very happy because main DPS means a lot of on-field time. It means a lot of on-field damage just from herself as well. But the con with that is that where does Yanagi go, right? She works with Yanagi, or she's on the same team as Yanagi, right? So how would that necessarily work there, right? Would it be like a situation where you would just run Yanagi on one team and her on another team? I don't know. How does the disorder, like, play with Miyabi, right? So that's the problem that I see with that, right? But overall, I think it would make people happy. Sub-DPS probably would piss people off because they've been waiting for so long for her. If she's an off-field DPS and she's not in the field very long, they're like, well, this is some bullshit, right? I can't even play with her that much, right? If you're playing the middle way. Now, obviously, you probably could bring her on field like you could with Bernice or something like that. But overall, people will probably get pissed if she's a sub-DPS. She's off the field. What is she doing there? She pops in every once in a while to maybe do freeze on the enemy or something like that. So that's something else that I can see happening there too, right? I probably should have brought this chart here, but oh well, right? But the big plus of this, guys, is that she would work with Miyabi here. I mean, she would work with Yanagi here, right? They would be like a match made in heaven because she procs disorder. If she's an off-field DPS putting ice on the enemy, that means that the ice already is going to be playing into her getting disorder off. Also, guys, this is going to make Shokaku even stronger because Shokaku is a part of their team as well. So that means Shokaku would also then be a part of that team too, giving an attack buff, which inherently helps Anomaly type characters out, being able to also help with the Anomaly build-up rate for that as well, give an attack buff. It's just really good all around. I think that could give more value to someone like Miss Shokaku here as well. Now, on the flip side of that, where do I think this stands for other buffers with her, right? Because if we're running this team, then I think we need to run other buffers. Maybe Seth would be decent here because he also has the electric buildup or the electric typing that would pair up with someone like, oh, I can't even do this right now. Someone like Miss Yanagi, right? So that would be really good looking there if he can pair up with her very nicely. But I'm just looking at current pairings that we have in the game, right? We also have to think of the new character coming out, the new DPS electric character coming out, which is, I don't know his name right now, I can't remember off the top of my head. You guys know his name, he's coming out, he's electric DPS. How is he going to work in that situation? Maybe he could also be ran on the team there. I don't know. Maybe he contributes in some way. I'm assuming he would contribute. He's obviously a main DPS, right? But is he a main DPS or a sub DPS? I don't know, guys. That's my main gripe with this. Now, overall, I think she would be technically better meta-wise as a sub DPS, just because we have Yanagi added in the game right now as a main DPS, and I think they would synergize much better if she were to be like a sub DPS like Bernice is, right? Now that leads me into complaint number 2 now, which is the current meta in game state. I am very happy that she's ice. I already wrote here on my little notepad here of what we're going to talk about today, guys. That there are 8, oh, this is going to be reversed, I am so sorry. There are 8 lightning characters, 6 physical characters, 6 fire characters, 3 ice characters, and 2 anomaly characters. So that means that we have been getting stacked with lightning characters. And you guys said when I talked about the last character, you too, bro, the lightning character is fine. We don't need lightning characters. We don't need lightning characters. We need other classes of characters, which I'm very glad that she is ice. But what I want to talk about is what does this mean for the meta, right? We are adding another DPS that is probably going to be this tier right here into the game. So not only are we diffing this by so much in terms of like what the, I guess, output of these characters are, we are just dropping this class even more, like the viability for this class even more so now, because of the fact that we don't have any support for these guys. We need more support for main DPS, guys. I was really hoping that Miyabi would have been an ice, pure DPS that went up here. Now, yes, she wouldn't work with, I guess, Yanagi in that way, right? But I don't care. I really would want to see her to be a main DPS. She has a fucking sword. She was slicing through shit in the air. If that does not seem like main DPS energy to me, then I don't know what else is. I don't know what sub DPS is going through and slicing big bosses up with that. I just don't know, right? So that's my big gripe with this, I guess, right? Is I would love to have seen her a main DPS, because then that would have given maybe these characters a reason to move down, versus we just got another anomaly DPS in the game, so you're kind of forcing everyone into this anomaly meta, which I don't feel like everyone wants to do the anomaly meta. Like, sure, the characters look good, but I don't think that's everyone's cup of tea. Everyone likes seeing like big dick daddy numbers from like your main DPS and like doing your old boom and just big damage popping off. I don't know, guys, but I kind of want to talk about what this means for the anomaly DPS, right? So I can see this going one of two ways. Either A, they get added in tier 0 and then we're just kerfuckle-holded with 4 T0 anomaly units. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we are going to see characters drop in value after this. Now, I can see this going one of two ways. I still think that Jane Doe is very strong here, right? So I think Jane Doe would stay up here in terms of DPS. I genuinely think that we see Bernice would maybe drop down to this tier right here, because Bernice's overall damage is okay, but it's not like, I don't think it's comparable to that of Yanagi and or Miss Jane Doe as well, right? So I can see her moving down. And if that's the case, if she's a sub DPS, like it says right here, guys, and Miyabi's a sub DPS, maybe I can see Miyabi also being here too. Now, they'll probably put Miyabi up here, but I think if we're talking in terms of sub DPS and versatility versus damage output, which is I think with this tier list, I don't know how this tier list like takes into account for that, then maybe she would also be down that tier 0.5, because if she's not dealing as much damage, but she's able to provide versatility, then I don't think she would be maybe on the level of damage that these characters can provide, because that's the main ones carrying your teams in terms of getting to the content. But versatility, I think, is a really good place here, right? Like, I think if we look at something like Piper, right? Piper is just like kind of pure DPS. Like, she helps to build up a lot with her own physical typing, and then like hits the assault buff off or assault debuff off on the enemy, which is nice, but she doesn't really provide much versatility out that. Whereas these characters right here, she provides versatility with being able to make Piper like use her own ability. Yanagi is going to be providing ability to disorder with your other teammates, so they allow interplay between your other teammates, whereas, you know, someone like her doesn't allow for that interplay, right? So I do think that if that were to be the case, I think that she would drop a tier or be in that tier 0.5, which I also think would just inherently piss people off, even though I know Pridewin's, I'm taking that back. Pridewin is the go-to tier list, okay? It is the #1 tier list that we should all be looking at and respecting, because that is the best tier list in the world, no cap, okay, guys? And this is God's book. This is the Bible right here. This is our Gotcha Gamer Bible, okay? So I mean, people are going to get pissed because of that if she ends up being like that. I think they'll probably put her in tier 0. Do I think she deserves tier 0 in comparison to damage output? Probably not. I don't think they have the damage output that someone like, they both have right there, right? Because I think that someone like Jane Doe, I think someone like Yanagi play a very different role in the team than someone like a Bernice, or if she does end up being a sub DPS. And I think that's just how it is, right? Like, you have your DPS up here, then you have your sub DPS down here. I think that's just how it should go. Not to say they can't offer much to the team, but they're not offering that main damage source to the team to really, like, I guess, clear the content as fast as you want to clear it. Anyways, guys, that's really all that I have to say about today's video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sorry for the scuff, guys. Like I said, I'm at work right now. I'm currently sitting in my car. I'm probably going to try to edit this on my phone. Maybe, if I can. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, gamers, that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on Miyabi in the comment section down below. I know you were probably saving for her. Or maybe you're not. Tell me if you're not. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Later. Bye-bye.